saw more women in hell as compared to men. If it is correct, then what is the reason?
Well, that tradition has to be investigated whether this is correctly reported or not. But as far as the tradition goes, I can tell you this, that according to that tradition, Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw more women in hell than men. And he asked the question, why? And he was told that generally the women are more ungrateful than men are. If a wife is kind to her husband, the husband would remember more often than not that kindness and generously accept that. But if a woman has been treated kindly all her life and just once the husband forgets to look after some requirement or need of the woman, she would turn back and say, look here, you have never done any good to me all my life. I have spent the life in hell and pain and misery. So because that is the attitude, and Allah dislikes the ungrateful people, so this is the reason why they would go to hell more in number. Now, the point is, if this is true, and this is a debatable point, if this is the real common observation of today also, because if it is the real human nature, it can't change. If the women of today also are the same way, then one could really incline to believe that this tradition might be true. I mean, this might have been said by Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But if we find that this is not correct, this is not the true state of affairs, then I would reject that tradition as something which might have been concocted later on by somebody. But apart from this, in itself it has to be investigated how far trustworthy and reliable this tradition is. Yes, please. Yes? Yes, I'm asking you.
Hazur, which book of hadith is this in? This.
I don't remember. Would you remember? Which book, in which book it has been related? Don't remember? All right. We'll find out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam की देखिए, number one, I have seen in a dream where in the mosque where all the prophets are together in Masjid Mubarak. But I met Hazrat Masih Maud, but not Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I thought he was representing him. So that is the maximum I can say. But so far I have not been blessed by a positive vision of Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam myself. As far as the second part of the question is concerned, that is invalid. Because a person in his dream sees a vision which may be according to his own station and his own capability. Many a time a person sees Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in dream, while his vision is different from another person's dream. So that positively shows that the vision which he sees is according to his own reach of mind and his own qualities. Only about Hazrat Masih Maud and some other saintly people we can positively say that Allah would certainly have shown him the true figure and shape, face of Ahmad. But about the rest one cannot be sure. So this question is not valid. For anyone to demand anyone to describe Ahmad how he saw him, it is invalid not only for this reason, but for another more cogent reason. Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been fully described by those who saw him, who lived with him, and observed, lived with him for years and years. So if you want to read the description of Huzur Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he looked like, why not read that in the tradition, in the reality of, in the world of reality, where Huzur Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam was seen, observed by people and described later on. So why to reach him through the media of dream instead of reaching him directly through the media of tradition? Yes, please.
Huzur has mentioned that a lady can be a judge.
Did I say that?
Sorry?
Did I say that?
A woman can be a judge.
I said I don't know any reason why a woman should not be a judge. We know that the wives of Huzur sallallahu alaihi wasallam acted as judge at certain occasions, and when arbiters, when Hazrat Umar or some other caliph needed their judgment. That is what I said.
Yes. It means that it is possible for the future as well.
I don't know. The fact is the situations may be different. When the ladies acted as judge, in that case, there was no question of any embarrassment to such ladies during the course of their investigations and judgment. So all that you can infer is this, that it is not prohibited for the ladies to act as judges, but to extend it to everyday situation. And in the ordinary life, if you appoint ladies as judges nowadays, for instance, cases of rape may come up, cases of heinous crimes may come up, and how can you stop that? And how can you stop that embarrassment of asking very embarrassing and difficult questions from both the witnesses and the persons involved and so on? So it doesn't mean that it is also advisable. That's not what he says. When you attributed to me the sentence that women can be judges, that is what it might have been interpreted as. So I never said that. What I said was that to my knowledge, there is no prohibition in principle clearly laid down against the women as acting as judges. And to my knowledge, some ladies around Huzur sallallahu alaihi wasallam's household were given the opportunity to sit on the seat of judgment. But those occasions were special occasions. Those things in which their judgment was sought were special things. And there was no possibility of misuse of such a situation. So when you ask me particularly if I would like any Ahmadi ladies to work as judges, I shouldn't, because of these objections.
So, were at that occasion two ladies were the judges because in witness?
No, don't do it. This is hodgepodge you are entering now. You know already that we don't believe in that. So why ask you imaginary questions for nonsensical possibilities? What happened to you slipped?
Yes, I slipped on the ice and I fractured my wrist.
You fractured? Oh, it's a great pity. When did it happen?
The day before yesterday.
And weren't you wearing those shoes, the special
I was
non-skate?
in spite of that.
Yes, it is. And you walk quite fast and very energetically. I think that's the reason why, perhaps.
I think Huzur, Allah wanted to show me that what I thought was sufficient precaution was not really a sufficient precaution.
Yeah.
I slept in the morning and I thought I should have used my car and then I would have avoided that risk. In the evening, while trying to get into the car, I slipped again.
quite.
Allah really wanted to show me